Okay, we're going to talk about a trade I just did, UONE. Uh, it was a nice little trade. I only bought 1,000 shares on at the area that I thought it was going to be the trade here at the 1440 area. So let's have a look back at this. Yesterday it had a big pop, and then after hours it did sell off. But we had it on our watch list. No, we did not have it on our watch list. But just before the market opened, it did pop and then pull back. And then it started to take off. Now this is from $6, and it popped, halt, pop, halt, all the way up to a double top up here at around 19. And then, and so I didn't trade it in here. Actually, I did trade it, but just for a small amount, I scalped it. And but it just was too choppy, and I was just too worried, nervous about it. So I missed most of this trade, well, all of it. And it double topped in here, sold off, and then halt, and then it comes off, halt, all the way down, little pop, halt. This is really a good example of the ABCD pattern. So here's your pop, here's A, pulls back, here's your B. It gets into this level here, this is C. Now, and this is also very typical. This is midday. This is really sort of where your resistance is. It popped up, pulled back in this area here like this. It breaks out through it, but fails. And that's typical of midday and pulls back. So, I mean, if this is your A, this is your B, here's your C, because this made a little higher high. And this is where you could accumulate it. This is where I was watching it. And when it traded over this level here, the 424, so this was this level, this was here, these spots in here popped up through it, bounced. And when it started to go here, so I'm watching this closely. So this is, I wasn't accumulating, you could have, but I didn't. But when it broke through this 425 area and it had this pop, I said in here, okay, I'm going to go long this stock. And it did pop. I got long at 1442, popped up, and then I had to stop when it popped like that because it traded to 15. I said I'm going to stop at break even. But it sold off so sharply and so quickly, and down to 1358. I was down $1,000 in an instant. But I didn't panic. I didn't sell it. I just kept it because the pattern was good. This is your ABCD pattern. I was confident-ish that it was going to go. Sure enough, it came back. And this you could also be looking at this as Tyler's double cup here, and maybe this is the handle. But it did hold the pattern, held the support, and then it started to go. And then when it broke through this level here for 1540, then the game was on. And it got into this rising channel. Now, I'm always a seller on the way up. I only had 1,000 shares, but when it broke through this 15, just prior to the 15, no, here we are. Yeah, 1545, I sold a quarter of my position. So it pops through the 15, starts to go, starts to run. I just, I was going to sell at 15, but it moved so quick. I had to sell at 1545. I sell 250 shares there. And then it continues to pop, gets up to this. It gets up to 1650. I let another 250 shares go, and then it gets halted. But I'm not too worried about it. It sells off very sharply. Now I shouldn't say I'm not worried about it. When it got up in here at this 1850, I had a stop at 1650. I set my stop at 1650, and it did sell off very sharply at that opening, but came back right back up. So I'm still in the trade, and away it goes. Halt, and it stays in this, and then you can see it sold off again, but it held the trend line, and I'm just piecing it out as it goes up. I sell some at 2088. That was up in this level here. On this spike up, I sell it. I sell into it, and then it backs off in here. And now technically I should have held this because it did hold the support, but I didn't want to see it sell off and get halted and then not get out of the trade. So I did sell out the balance at 1950, but still a nice trade. You know, I mean, this is the perfect pattern. ABCD pattern, pops out, then gets into the rising channel, and I just piece it out as it goes up and try to ride it as long as I can. On this candle here, I get it, you know, spikes up and then comes back down. I get spooked, I sell, and then it does carry on, trades to 25. Double tops up at 25, pulls back. See, this is what I was worried about, worry being a big emotion that we have here in the turbo trading room, that I would get this and you get a stop and then it continues to go off and you can't get out of the trade. But so a nice trade for me, $2,317.55 profit. Pretty good. Happy with it. And that's how it works.